We've all heard the saying, you can't have your cake and eat it too. And usually it's meant in some kind of a funny context, but the reality is there's a lot of spiritual truth to that. There are so many of us that we want God, at least we say we do, but we don't want to give up the stuff that the world offers. And Jesus had some pretty indicting things to say to some religious folks, and he actually was quoting something that Isaiah said thousands of years earlier. He was looking at the religious people and said, you honor me with your lips, but your hearts are far from me. You're saying one thing, but your hearts are somewhere completely different. And the truth is, the reality is, in over 2,000 years, not a whole lot has changed. There are a lot of us who give lip service to Christianity. We give lip service to Jesus. We say we love God. But the reality is, our lives just don't back that up. Pretty indicting things that Jesus said in the New Testament. Matthew records in chapter 6, Jesus saying, for where your treasure is, that's where your heart is. So if we're saying we love God, we love Jesus, we want to follow Jesus, and yet we're holding on really tight to the things of this world, that's an oxymoron, and those two things are not compatible. You're either going to love the one and hate the other, or you'll be devoted to the one and despise the other. That's exactly what Jesus said. You can't love him and love the things of the world. And here's the real test. Jesus said, wherever your treasure is, that's where your heart is. So, we could sit around and talk about, do we love God? Do we love Jesus? Are we committed to him? But the reality is, it isn't so much what I say that proves I love Jesus. It's how I live my life. It's my checkbook. It's my calendar. It's what I invest in. It's what I do with my day. It's who I hang out with. Those are the things that prove whether or not our love for God is genuine or whether it's just lip service. So just keep in mind, you can't have two gods. You're either going to love God and despise the world, or you're going to fall in love with the world and God's going to take second place. The two things just don't go together, simply because Jesus said there can only be one master.